Hello, it's me again. Uh, the same person. What a surprise. Alright, so, couple things. I did some testing with this creeper farm in creative, and we can actually remove most of these trapdoors. We only need the ones on these little outposts. Because we can. What I thought originally happened was that the creepers would just run directly away from the cat in the center, but that's not the case. It'll actually pathfind a better spot away from the cat. So we can use that to our advantage. It's actually going to make this a lot simpler, which is fantastic. I think I want to keep the ones on this end and that end. And we can remove the other points. And yeah, so last time I mentioned Gotcha Live. And so I thought, oh, I'll just boot it up to show you because I can do that. Because it's just a browser source in OBS. So if I run this test, it should pop up. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, the font looks horrendous though. It's got like, well, let me do it again. Maybe with a higher value roll just to see what happens. What happened? Minecraft? There it is. 4-star. Very cool. So yeah, that's... Oh yeah, right. It splits it up into multiple... 5 stars. It splits it up into multiple rolls if the value is too high. So if they give like 100 subs, it won't give them like a guaranteed 5-star. It'll give them... I don't actually remember how it breaks down, but it gives them a number of like 20 sub rolls or something. Something to that effect. Just to keep it as predatory as possible. I don't know. That one was kind of arbitrary. My axe. Yeah, I thought I might as well set it up. Because it was pretty easy to set up. And then those units make their way into like your database. And then you can pull them into, well, the game version of it, which I don't have set up and I probably won't show because it's artistically god awful just to get like the prototype working. And it's a little bit more effort than just open a web page. So yeah, that's that. And now I get to shut it down, which is very easy, but okay, cool. Right, so after removing these, we're essentially going to coat this whole thing in black glass, tinted glass, so creepers can spawn in it. And then there will be a cat in the center. They will find their way off this edge and fall down. So we'll have 2 columns. This column on this side, and then an equivalent column on this side. And then I guess we'll have them flow to the center. So this whole big platform is not useless exactly, but it definitely doesn't need to be this big anymore. Which is, you know, it is what it is, I guess. Also, I need to move this because it's kind of in the way. Yeah. So recently for work, I had to do... They didn't call it homework, they called it pre-work, because I guess you're supposed to like find time during work hours to do it, but that wasn't realistic for me, so I ended up doing it on a Sunday, which is bad, and I hated it, but you know, what can you do? It was essentially to write up like a 1-page document on something, anything really. I think it was tailored towards employees that actually have to write documents as part of their daily thing, so they could just use what they're already working on. But I'm not in that camp, so I had to write something fresh for it. And what I chose is getting a way to make remote workers more productive by giving them rubber ducks. I don't want this to be cobble, because if I make it cobble, it's going to be cobble forever. I'm never going to want to replace it. Yeah, sending remote workers rubber ducks and teaching them how to debug with a rubber duck, or just, you know, solve their problems using a rubber duck, which, if you aren't aware, is a very useful technique that I never use, where you essentially just say your problem out loud to this duck as if you were talking to someone else. And it's supposed to, well, it's not supposed to, it does. It helps you, like, clarify the problem. And essentially makes it easier to find. Maybe calcite? Ooh, tough. I guess calcite is fine. But it looks too similar. Maybe this stuff. Sure, I have a lot of this. And it should blend in with the tinted glass pretty well. But yeah, I never really used a rubber duck. Not because I don't own a rubber duck, which I do not, but because I have no reason. I have no justification. But that was my topic, was a proposal for the company to provide rubber ducks to all their workers. I guess I can just make this. Oh, you know what? They might get stuck on there. And I was actually kind of anxious for this training, because it was like not in person, but it was a live training. So it wasn't like, oh, you just go online to this webpage and, stare at the video for an hour until they tell you you're done. It was like a video call. You're going to be talking to real human beings and interacting with them type of workshop. And your, like, certification of how, these villagers are spawning iron golems. That's actually pretty annoying, because they're gonna, that's a problem for another time. But essentially they will potentially disable those villagers if they're close enough. Which they might be. I have enough iron for now, so I don't really care about it for now. But yeah, it was interacting with real people. And I have this, like, not joke draft, because it is technically a valid proposal. But it's not necessarily like, this will be important to business. So yeah, I was concerned about, like, being told that my proposal is bad and then I have to retake the course. But it's scheduled like twice a month, and yeah, it was a whole consideration. So they will fall, and then we will have water push them towards the center. Yes, remote rubber ducks. And I was so worried about it. So I was like, what if they... Yeah, worries aren't really worth communicating, but for this. And we get to the workshop, and it's even worse than I feared. It's a one-on-one with another employee. So you go into like a breakout room where you and one other employee that is also taking this course is supposed to like give each other feedback on your like documents, proposals, and stuff. And this is a disaster, right? Because I have this what is essentially a joke proposal, and then I have to like maybe defend my proposal. I don't know. That's what I was worried about, but I really didn't have to worry about it because it turns out a lot of people didn't even do the pre-work, and the instructor was like, if you didn't do it, just leave. Yeah, this guy is definitely ruining the farm. And then the other aspect was the person I was paired with, they did much less work than I did. So that made me feel good because I was the one that had the most work. Therefore, I was the one that would pass. Was my like psycho anxious view on it, which is like insane, right? Because they're not gonna pass 50% of everyone that attended. Like as long as you make an effort, they will pass you. These trainings are not like as long as you just make an effort, they'll pass you. And the person I was paired with, their proposal was nice. It was business related. It was something they were actually working on and planning to submit to their leadership. So, giving feedback was nice. But it was so early. Like, it took, 2 minutes to read. Less, maybe. I want this to be tinted glass, but I don't have very much of it. It took, 2 minutes to read and not much longer to give feedback. So, yeah, that was kind of, weird. I don't know. It was all weird. But he was reading mine, and he had actually done this before. Oh, I don't think I need this bottom one. This bottom two, actually. He'd actually given his teams, because this was a manager, he had given his teams in previous companies rubber ducks. And I was like, you've got to be joking, right? Like, what an insane coincidence. And so he was like, yeah, I did this for my previous team, and it totally worked. Like, we had custom ducks for different events at the company, and we had, anniversary ducks. And he was describing this whole, thing. And I never felt so justified in my entire life. Yeah, I was shocked. And he gave me some good feedback that I'll probably never use because I'm not planning to ever actually submit that proposal anywhere because I don't really care about it. We don't actually have cats on this floor, so we don't have cats anywhere. I haven't moved them yet, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, I really just don't care that much to submit the proposal. Yeah, I thought that was an insane coincidence. I was also pretty proud of myself as well for defending it as well as I did. And I say defending it, but I don't really mean he was like, oh, this is a stupid proposal. How could you ever think of something like this, you weirdo? It was more of just fielding his questions to make it seem like a real proposal, which I did a pretty good job of. I mean, the concept is so simple, right? Just oh, let's spend $20 to provide everyone on the team with a rubber duck. What could a rubber duck cost? $10? Did I do this right? Yeah. I need more of that stuff. And more sand. And more glass. Maybe I should get the cats too. Yeah, it would be difficult to justify not getting everyone on the team rubber ducks, right? Because it's just so unbelievably inexpensive. Even if you only get 0.001% of your return, it's still worth it. Because, I don't know, the economics of it are are insane, right? Let's actually make it all in glass. That was all of it. Okay. Yeah, fun story. Not actually fun, but interesting story. Let's get some emeralds. I do want to keep this villager bootstrap project going, because the faster I can get these, I don't know what they're called, armor smiths, weaponsmiths, up to trading iron, the better. I forget, there's a fast way to do this. It's like spacebar. I don't have the, okay, I don't have the paper for it. I was trading with one of you. It must have been you. Oh, is the guy gonna be so happy when he lets me trade iron to him? Yes, this is fine. But yeah, I wasn't seething that I had to do this on a Sunday night, but I definitely wasn't happy. Oh, you know what? Oh, I have a great idea. Okay. I'm just gonna trap this guy, like right here. So none of these villagers will feel the desire to spawn another one because this one is already so close. So here's the plan. You find the rough center and you encase him in glass. Yeah. And then whenever they attempt to spawn an iron golem, they will fail because one is already close by. Is he gonna kill me? Yep. That's okay. He was maybe close enough. Is he gonna wander away before I get there? Oh, you fool. You dumb idiot. No, I am the dumb idiot. Hold on, let me just move this 10-ton iron man out of the way. Okay. Now they will never feel the desire for more protection because they have this man. This abomination out here. And it should be far enough away that they aren't feeling as protected. I believe it's 16 blocks that they check. Okay. Enough being sidetracked. I need amethyst. I don't remember if I talked about this, but I had to resort to a seed map to find geodes. Because I just could not get them otherwise. And I wanted cool, dark glass. Because why not? It looks neat. And I'm already lost. Just bringing up the trauma of trying to find a cold biome to get ice. That was a disaster. I have probably the world's largest marsh, I think they're called. It's so large. Like thousands of blocks. So I already cleared this out. They're all still growing. That's kind of unfortunate, actually. I didn't think they'd grow so slowly. I mean, it makes sense. Because, you know, it's like literally growing gems. It's kind of one of those things that is not explained to the player, right? Like a lot of mechanics in sandbox games just aren't explained to the player, and you just find them through discovery. What can I use in the meantime? I guess I can work on the killing portion. A lot of mechanics aren't explained to the player, right? Like, of course you have, when you join a world, you get like a prompt that's like, oh, punch a tree. You know, press E to open your inventory. Oh, use 4 planks to craft a crafting table. And then those are explicit instructions, right? Those are things that Mojang requires you know to play the video game. But a lot of the stuff isn't explained, right? Like, the game doesn't tell you how to make a nether portal. It only provides, what is it over there? Those ruined portals as sort of like a hint. Like, oh, what is this thing? It looks kind of like a rectangle, but some parts of it are missing. That's strange. Wonder what happens if I complete the rectangle and light it on fire. I should need a hopper as well. Or the end portal. I need to fight the dragon at some point. With the end portal, they don't tell you what to do there. You just kind of have to wing it, I suppose. Or maybe redstone as well. Chests? Yeah, I have a bunch of chests. I mean, the end portal frame kind of looks like ender eyes. But you wouldn't know how to make an ender eye unless you've been to the nether. Yeah, it's a whole thing. But those are the sort of hidden mechanics that I'm talking about. And for all the examples and by all I mean two, for the examples I gave, Minecraft only really has a couple. Right. So I want, like, the creepers to... Oh, it's gonna fall. Oh, I'm an idiot. Right, I need a fence gate. I don't have any wood. So Minecraft only has a couple hidden mechanics. Or hidden quests, I guess, is more appropriate. But another game I was playing earlier is called Noida. It's like a 2D, and I may play it on the channel eventually, but honestly, I'm terrible at it. And it's like a very tilting game sometimes, so I might not. But they have so many hidden quests. Like, I looked on the wiki because I found some strange mechanic where I don't remember. Oh, I don't remember. What was it? I don't remember. This was a couple days ago. And late at night, so I don't remember. But I looked it up on the wiki because I was like, oh, this is very strange. And I want to know what I can do about it. I think I want this to go down. Will they die to that? And I looked it up, and it's like, oh, this is part of like a 10-step quest to like restore the celestial bodies. And I was like, you've got to be joking. Okay, so they actually need to sit on a block here. So I guess I'll make this a hopper. Make this chest, maybe. It was like, this is part of a 10-step quest chain to create a sun. And I was like, this is crazy. I can't believe you would do this. And there's no way I figured that out on my own. I'm gonna just hurt myself really quick. Okay. There's no way. What? There's no way I figured that out on my own. And I was like, I considered following the chain. Just to see, like, oh, let's see what this looks like. But I read through it, it would have taken so long. And I just couldn't bring myself to spend that time. I think I actually want to make this a hopper as well, because I feel like they could die before actually reaching that block. And I believe the gunpowder will drop like at the bottom, so it shouldn't burn up in the lava. At least that's the theory. Whether or not that'll actually happen is undetermined. I think this is like done. I think all I need to do is just get more glass, or I can just use cobble for now. Yeah, the cats sit here. Creepers, this will all be dark. Creepers spawn. They are terrified. They will pathfind either there or there, whichever one is closer, because they believe these are full blocks. Oh, no, I'm good. This should be fine. And then they fall into water. They flow down here, and they die. And give me their sweet explosive innards. Cats. I gotta get the cats, right. Yeah. So the only thing left is to get cats and tinted glass. And honestly, I might just use like dirt or cobble, because that requires kind of a lot of tinted glass. And or I could just AFK in the geode. That would work as well. I don't know. I don't really want AFK, honestly. That's just a waste of power, however minor it is. Alright, let's go. So I think I'll get the cats to the thing and then end it there, because I've been going a little long. Just because, you know, it's Minecraft. It's easy to get lost or lose track of time in this game. If they fall in the water, I don't think they teleport. Okay, we're good. You know what? This is kind of like talking to a rubber duck, right? Except instead of a... Oh, they're gonna... That's... Oh, they do teleport if they're in water. What? I feel like that wasn't always the case. Maybe I'm just crazy. Oh, but they're too close to me. Oh, they're not gonna teleport because they're too close. That's... No! Oh, they're too dumb. Oh, they fell into the trap. Okay, where's the other one? That's... I can't believe it. That's... I'm astonished. I guess... Well, it works. That's just not the proof I wanted. Wow, that's okay. That took a turn. Alright, next time we get cats.